Roddenberry hated Worf's TNG story, saw Klingon as background characters, says Star Trek writer. Star Trek series creator Gene Roddenberry didn't like the idea of Michael Dorn's LT, Worf being more than a background character on TNG. Star Trek series creator Gene Roddenberry hated the idea of LT, Worf, Michael Dorn, being a main character in Star Trek: The Next Generation, and considered Starfleet's first Klingon officer a background character. Worf's presence as a valued member of the USS Enterprise's bridge crew meant that hostilities between the Federation and the Klingon Empire had cooled since the days of Star Trek, the original series. Worf had also been part of TNG's regular cast since Season 1, and a compelling character in his own right, particularly after LT, Tasha Yar's, Denise Crosby, death meant Worf's promotion to the Enterprise's Chief Tactical Officer and Chief of Security. Writer Ronald D. Moore penned this Star Trek: The Next Generation Season 4 cliffhanger, Redemption, a script that delved into the politics of the Klingon Empire and Worf's role relative to the High Council after previously accepting discommendation to protect the Klingon Empire. In a 50-year mission, The Next 25 Years by Mark A. Altman and Edward Gross, Moore recalls a conversation with TNG executive producer Rick Berman regarding Roddenberry's negative opinion of Worf. Read his quote below. Worf's character arc evolved the Klingons as Star Trek aliens. Worf played a huge role in making Klingons one of the most important alien species in Star Trek by bridging the gap between Starfleet and the Klingon Empire. Because Worf was in Starfleet, he was a sympathetic viewpoint character, and as a Klingon, Worf was also involved in the politics of the Empire. Worf's stories offered a rare window into Klingon culture from the perspective of someone within it who wasn't an antagonist. New Klingon lore, culture, and rituals were created to tell rich stories about Worf's heritage and craft great Klingon episodes, which both Star Trek: A Next Generation and Star Trek: Deep Space Nine delivered in spades. That's not to say Klingons prior to Worf were all two-dimensional villains. Commander Kruge, Christopher Lloyd, in Star Trek III: The Search for Spock, made his intentions known with a memorable performance that elevated previous depictions of Klingons. Star Trek VI: The Undiscovered Country showed gradually easing hostilities between the Empire and the Federation, with Klingons depicted as nuanced, actual people with genuine motives beyond mere ruthlessness. Klingons weren't as complex in Star Trek, the original series, however, so it's possible Gene Roddenberry still had that image in mind when thinking of Worf as less important in Star Trek: The Next Generation.